with the adaptation, with the growth of technology, we're able to do a lot of things that we weren't able to do before. We've been trying to piecemeal solutions to make a more efficient and accurate closing for years, but this is the first time we can do it. Yeah, it's still the podcast.
All right. Well, welcome to the real estate show. You'll notice it does not say North Carolina anymore because apparently the real estate show was not taken. I don't know how.
Mind blown.
Welcome to the real estate show. I'm Tiffany Weber, North Carolina real estate attorney at Thomas & Weber in Mooresville and Huntersville, North Carolina. Today, I am joined by my number one favorite guest, my husband.
Number one fan.
Ryan Weber. I am your number one fan. So, tell me, Ryan, what made you want to talk about this topic today?
Well, you guys at the law firm in which I am a part of,
you guys / us guys,
we changed our system with the adaptation, with the growth of technology. We're able to do a lot of things that we weren't able to do before. Security, much more, having a client portal so people can log in and check their status of where things are, filling things out online. And you could do these things before, but it was
piecemeal.
It was pieced together with 6 or 7 different things. Law, we move slow. We're like little turtles. And so seeing what the law is able to do for real estate closings as far as adapting and moving and progressing with technology, it's like, well, what else is there? What things do we see happening, and how is this affecting real estate?
Well, let's talk, if you'll indulge me, let's talk a little bit about what we did in the firm. And that's probably why you wanted to talk about this, so that we could talk about what we did in the firm. And I want to clarify, it's not a new system, not to us. It is a feature within our existing system. So we use something called Qualia Connect. We are not the only firm that uses this by a long shot. It's really gaining popularity, and this is important for a couple of reasons. One, we're not the guinea pig, but two, Qualia Connect, which is the feature that was enabled within the system we already use, provides some efficiency gains for agents as well. So let's say you're an agent who is doing a bunch of deals with us here in Mooresville or Huntersville or the surrounding areas, and you're checking your emails trying to get status updates. Well, within Qualia Connect, you can look at all of your deals in one place. So not just for us, but for any firm you work with that also uses Qualia Connect. So I know that there's a big firm in Charlotte that serves a lot of South Carolina. So say you're licensed in both states. All right, well, your Rock Hill deals, you can look at the same place you're looking at your Mooresville deals, and you just see them all in one app, or you can look at it on desktop too. So that's one thing. But this system allows a place for agents, lenders, really anyone that's involved in the closing to go to a secure portal, see all of their documents, provide information that's needed. It's already going to be asked of you anyway. It's just a matter of how do you provide it. And in this case, you're providing it with something that's got bank level security. Be able to e-sign all in one place. So you're not being hit with this email, this DocuSign, print and fill this out and send it back to us. Oh, I don't have a scanner. What do I do? None of that's all gone. So you can download the app on your phone, which is pretty easy, Qualia Connect. I personally did it as made myself a fake buyer. I've got it here on my phone. I've only had to log in once. So it's not something that I've had to log into every single time. I put the app on my phone. Every time I open it, there's my stuff. You can enable 2-factor authentication if you'd like to. It's not required, but it's encouraged. There's some things that you can do yourself to customize how you want it to work for you. But you'll get your information sheets, what typically you would have had to fill out and send back to us. Just scroll and click, or do it on your browser. E-signing your engagement letter, other documents that you're allowed to e-sign for your closing, you can sign within there. And here's one of my favorite things. The documents for your closing are going to be in there as long as Qualia Connect exists. What they've said is forever. So, but from my perspective, I don't say the words forever. As long as Qualia Connect exists, your documents exist in there. 3 years, you need your closing statement. Open up Qualia Connect. There it is.
Yeah, I think there's a couple things that you hit on that are important to note because you kind of glossed over them really quickly. Bank levels as prominent as they've ever been. So now you've got something that's bank level secure with all of your probably most important pieces of information that you have in your life.
So like, for example, it's encrypted or secure leaving us. And if you're using Qualia Connect rather than email or whatever, it's secure coming back to us. Our wire instructions are going to be in that portal. So you should assume if you get wire instructions by any other method, they're fraudulent because they're going to be in that secure portal. So I think that's huge.
Yeah. I think the next thing, and you never really said it, I just know it's a thing, is there's basically like the Domino's pizza tracker. And I've wanted this since I got here because I feel like we get so many phone calls because people just want to know where they are. What's the status? Do we need to give you anything? Are you waiting on something from the sellers or the buyers? And are all the documents in? Are we just waiting for the date to come? And so you'll be able to see on your little Domino's pizza tracker exactly where you are in the closing, what documents are the holdup that we need to receive from you or the seller or the lender or whoever it is. Yeah. Which I think that's hugely important for just transparency of communication.
And it speeds up the notification time of when you wire us your funds. When those hit our account, our paralegal is going to plug it into your file and you'll be notified your wire has been received. So that provides a lot of comfort too of like did they get my money? Did they get my money? Check your portal. It's going to be there.
Can I come and pick up my check? You'll be notified as soon as literally as soon as the deed's recorded and we have that information, it's going in Qualia Connect and it's almost instantaneously notification. And so you will also know, like, I can now pick up my check. I can pick up my keys. I can move into my house. All of those things. It's just seamless communication. So let's say we had 15
on your
closings
terms as well.
Well, let's say we had 15 closings in one day and all of them got, brought to the courthouse at the same time. And so you're going through and it's not like they do one and then give us a call. It's like, well, I'm just going to do all 15 of these in a row. And so maybe you were the first person. And then, by the time it's all said and done with, like, now we have to make all these phone calls. And so it's just time. And so if you were on a time crunch of a moving company or something, it could be 15 minutes. It could be 45 minutes that you're going to get these notifications earlier and faster that you can do your stuff.
Yeah. And then there's also a feature within Qualia Connect. It's a button that just says request update. Say you're curious about, like, hey, where are we on this? So that you're not having to pick up the phone and say, can I speak to Tana? Can I speak to Courtney? Can I speak to Melissa? Whoever it may be. What's the status on this? You can just hit status update. Of course, here's the thing. We're not trying to tell you not to call us. If that's the way you want to talk to us that way.
I think the big thing for that's communication should be much more streamlined. And I'm saying this for our office, but like real estate in general, this is some things that technology is going to be helping us solve. The back and forth between the agents, like, why are we waiting 24, 48 hours for an agent to reply? Like, let's get with some technology so we can say, like, hey, they want to make a counter offer at this. We shouldn't have to wait like, oh, I was in the mountains for 48 hours. Well, what can we do to like get an easier notification for that? So, we can move forward and process some homes.
I just think it's a really good way to, like, efficiency gains all across the board. Just having the access to information when and where you want it. If you're a person who's got a really busy job and you don't have time between meetings to call our office to ask for an update or shoot off an email, okay, great. When you get home, while you're waiting on the pasta to boil, look at it, request an update, or see, oh gosh, they did all of this stuff. I actually don't need an update because that's what I was wanting to know. So that's the goal is information on your terms, when you need it, where you need it, and access indefinitely.
Well, another key point that you didn't mention is that we have a lot of agents that do a lot of business with us, 10, 15, 20 closings in a year, if not more.
Yep.
All of their files, even if they have 5 going on at once, they can log in and see every single closing.
Yeah, I did mention that.
And check the status of every closing at once. So it's all in one spot rather than like, well, I got to log out and log back in for this address and then log back out and log back in for No, it's all under your name. So
and it's regardless of what paralegal you're working with. So like if you need a status update, whereas, okay, I'm working with Melissa on this file, but I've got Tana on this file. We understand how that may be like, oh gosh, I got to ask different people for updates. Well, within Connect, it doesn't matter what paralegal or any person in our office that's working on your file, you'll see it all together.
Final thoughts for you. Like, what else are you thinking as far as like real estate and technology? Is there anything else out there that has been brought to you or you've seen that is just eye-opening for, man, that's going to change or has changed how real estate is being done? I mean, you've been doing it for 5 years. Like, any things?
When the state fully implements remote notarization, that will change how we do closings for every attorney, every client, everybody in the state. I've had agents say, well, are you going to go fully remote? Or are you going to require people to do remote? No, absolutely not. But when it comes to if you have a lender, it's going to be very lender driven. So if they want to do a remote closing, then that's what, I'm sure they'll give you an option to opt out. But if they want a remote closing, then that's what we'll do.
I'm just waiting for me thinking video and even further ahead, like AI, put on a headset and you can literally like 3D virtual walk around and look at a house.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Those watching, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're real close. You're less than a month away based on our current
I'm less
traction.
than a month away from you throwing me a party, aka getting me a cake.
We're hitting 10K. 10,000 people want to listen to you on YouTube.
I think they just want to hear about real estate law.
Well, you're the one doing it.
If there was another person talking about it, maybe
you're the one doing it. So, I mean, we'll take it where we can get it.
Yeah, we will. And we appreciate every single one of those people that click subscribe. Yeah. Even if you don't and you just watch and you learn something, great. It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
We really could talk about Qualia Connect and the things that it will help for another hour, maybe more, but that's the gist. Even if we never implemented everything in Qualia Connect, just the basics are going to be helpful. So we're excited for the people that want to adopt it and dive in. I think they're going to really like it. Thanks again. We look forward to seeing you guys on the next episode.